All right, here inside the Media Center with Rolex Rankings number 34 and LPGA Tour winner Marina. Marina, how are you doing today?
Great, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. So this is your first time here at Thornberry. What have you taken in so far?
It's beautiful, the course, everything out here is just, it's really nice to be up in like North Midwest, I guess. I don't know exactly what you would call this region, but it's just perfect time of year, summer. Course looks beautiful. It's going to be a fun week. Lots of birdies.
I was going to say it's known to go low. So how do you think this kind of course fits your game for this week?
It's definitely maybe forces me a little bit out of my comfort zone in the sense that I definitely need to attack more if I want to be in contention. And so for me, sometimes where I'm strategizing on a course, I would maybe look to play a little bit more conservative. I'm going to have to maybe be a bit more aggressive than I normally would in order to get birdies and eagles, which have definitely been out here in the past couple of years. So for me, it's a good challenge.
Now, this is also a Solheim Cup year. Right now, you're number 7 in the standings. How long has Solheim been a goal for you?
A while. I think that it's everyone's goal as an American or as a European when you turn professional and, you're out here to represent either America or your countries, and, to compete against one another. On TV, it looks like just the most unbelievable experience. So it would be an absolute honor to be part of the team, hopefully this year and hopefully, a few more years to come.
Has Captain Julie Inkster reached out to you at all, given you any advice in the last couple of tournaments?
We had a team kind of bonding thing that went on after the San Francisco event, and she spent a lot of time with us. There was about 15 of us there, and it was Julie and Nancy and, all of us were out there just kind of having a good time, getting to know each other, figuring out, everyone's personalities and just trying to really get that team aspect going. But in terms of the past couple weeks, no, I think she just is probably letting everyone play their game and just, figure out, where they stand and how they feel about their golf. It's a lot of pressure going into these last few weeks for a lot of the girls. I'm sure not just myself, but anyone who would be playing for their first time. So I think she understands that and she's just letting us do our own thing.
Do you feel any extra pressure to do well as Solheim, the rankings points end as Solheim approaches us in September?
Probably. I don't think just myself, probably other players who are in similar positions as mine. It would be great to be higher up on the Solheim points ranking or higher up on the world ranking to where these last, however many events are left, I'm not entirely sure, may not be as critical, but for a lot of girls, it is critical. So yeah, there is some pressure, but it just is what it is. It's just like playing anything else. You always have goals that you're trying to achieve, and those don't necessarily go away. They just change or they build upon each other as you're going on in your career. So it's just learning to deal with that.
Does it give you extra motivation to as well, kind of boost your confidence knowing that you right now do have a place on a Solheim Cup team?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's what you work towards, like we had just talked about, your career, and when you decide that you're going to be a professional golfer, this is like the pinnacle of what it is. Winning a tournament is incredible too. I think they're probably completely different in a lot of senses. It's just, being a part of something that's bigger than just yourself, and it's for your country. And I guess it would be similar to an Olympics or an international crown. There's just like a completely different sense of what the purpose is out there.
All right. Anyone out here? I know Kent has one.
Hey, Marina, with it being a Solheim Cup year and there's so few events left, have you considered changing your schedule to play in more events because of how close it is in the points from 7 through 10?
No, I think that the ultimate objective is to play well. And if you're trying to play more than that you're capable of physically, mentally, whatever, I don't think that's necessarily going to make you play better. So I'm just going to play the schedule that I had set out to play. When I made it, it's been a couple months, I've kind of just stick to the schedule that I've had. And if it's enough, great. If it's not, it's not. But at the end of the day, it's just, there are a lot of things that I'm sure, not just myself, but other players, physical aspects where, you need to take care of your body and make sure that you're putting yourself, in a position to play the best you can these weeks coming up, at Solheim, if you're playing Solheim, beyond Solheim, there's Asia, there's a whole end of the year. So there's a lot to take into account, more so than just one week in particular.
How do you think your style of game would be on a Solheim Cup team this year, and how it would go into match play?
I think that in years past, there's probably been a lot of pretty long hitters on the Solheim Cup teams, and that's great. I think that maybe I would be able to complement that a little bit with, accuracy off the tee, and greens and regulation stats have been pretty good in the past few years. So I think that's definitely a benefit to anyone that I would potentially be playing with as a partner, and maybe be able to allow them to be a bit more free and aggressive if they're looking to, fire and make a bunch of birdies in a best ball or better ball. I'm not exactly sure which format is where you guys are both just playing for the best score, not the alternate shot. That's a whole different element. And again, I really don't have a lot of experience playing alternate shot. I'm looking forward to the team event coming up in a couple weeks, because I think it'll be a great way for me to just learn about it and play alternate shot under tournament conditions. I've done it a few times for fun, but there's really no way to know until you do it.
So for Dow coming up,
Yep.
Are you excited to kind of just test the waters?
Yeah,
Who are you
totally.
going to be playing with?
I'm playing with Brittany Lang, which is going to be a lot of fun. We haven't really done an announcement or a reveal, and I don't think we're going to at this point. Here it is, ta-da, we're playing together. But yeah, she has so much experience playing. I think we were talking a little bit about it yesterday. She's played 5 Solheims, so she knows a lot about all the different formats, and it's going to be a lot of fun to play with her and just, see how she handles playing alternate shot. I think that the best ball is kind of, you're still just playing your own game, as is your partner. The only thing is you're playing a foursome, which I guess from a time standpoint is a little bit different, because you're just not used to that. But I'm really excited to learn from her and go out there and play in the Dow event.
Was that part of the strategy of learning from her, or are you guys super close, have played together before?
We haven't played together before. I actually was probably going to play with Michelle originally. We had talked a lot about it, and unfortunately, she just had such a tough year with her injuries. So she had told me that she's just like, I just don't know where I'm going to be at. And if I'm healthy to play, how it falls in the schedule is right before 2 majors. And I totally understand that those obviously need to be more of a priority for any player. So for her, playing 3 weeks in a row, didn't really look likely. So at that point, I was kind of looking for a new partner, and I'd asked a couple different people. But Lang and I, we get along. We're not close off the course, but we have really good chemistry on the course. We laugh, joke. We have similar personalities. Her brother's awesome on the bag, and I think we're just going to have a good time. I think it's a good, because we get along, but we're not really best friends, that I think that it'll be great once we get to the golf course.
All right. Any other questions for Marina? With that, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you for coming in, Marina,
Thanks so
and
much.
best of luck.
Thank you.